Yo, what is going on, people? It's your boy, Old Man Jenkins here, and today I'm bringing you another Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel video. Now, right now we have the Fusion event going on, and surprisingly enough, I was messing around with some cards, messing around with the loner decks. They were pretty fun, but the one that actually surprised me was actually one of my own decks, freaking DDD's Different Dimension Demons. So I'm about to show you a couple replays that I have. It's definitely not a 100% win rate, but I had a lot of success as of recently with them, just making a fusion variant and stuff like that. It's nowhere near optimal. I will show you a deck list at the end of the video. So right now, let's go get into these replays and just go from there, shall we? All right. The original plan was to show 4 duels. For some reason, against the Blue Eyes deck I went against, for some reason was not able to replay, and I was gonna show the Dark Magician duel, but I thought to myself halfway through recording, I'm just like, you know, this duel takes way too long. I'm just gonna spare y'all the trouble and preventing it going against anyway. So here we have a hero deck, going against a hero deck. Freaking, I ain't gonna lie, I thought I was kind of in trouble at this point because going against Destroyer, Phoenix, Enforcer, which one of the new cards that came out in the recent update before the Fusion Festival came out. So I was just like, well, this is gonna be one hell of a duel, but you know, only you can destroy cards if they're on the field. So right there, using our Kaiju to get rid of them. Nothing too crazy, so I was able to get past that. Do a couple things. D-Arc, gotta love D-Arc. That's Baby Boo right there, whether y'all want to believe it or not. Later on this duel comes into play Caesar Ragnarok. Honestly, I think he might be the MVP for this, at least for this deck setup as it's currently structured. Just one of those cards. It's fairly simple, easy to get rid of and everything, but once it goes off, if you can't counter it, it's just one of those things. You gotta read the cards, and if you have nothing to stop it, well, he's gonna do some big damage, you know? It's gonna do some real big damage. Having this guy do his hero combos and everything and stuff. I was hoping to pull a rabbit out of my butt, but you know, he decided not to get rid of the spell card anyway, so free fusion summon out with the cards in the grave. Get old good Caesar Ragnarok. Anytime he attacks, you can equip another monster to it to gain his attack, and boom, there goes the game. There goes the game. Like I said, the Blue Eyes fight, I had another one where it was another situation, kids read your cards, where the person tried to, because he had 2 Blue Eyes on the field, I attacked one of them. He used a trap to prevent his Blue Eyes being unaffected by card effects, but it didn't matter because Caesar Ragnarok's effect targets another monster anyway, not the card it's attacking. So I felt he made a misplay, and I kind of felt bad for him at that time, so I was just like, gotta read the cards, kids, gotta read the cards. Now on to my arch nemesis of a deck, and I kind of have to blame my friend that I play against when in terms of Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's only been one of the few decks that's able to at least stop me from the group of friends that I play. The God-forsaken Time Lords. Never really found a way around this deck and how it's supposed to operate and everything, but it's another case of read your cards, kids. Even I make that same mistake as well. I didn't even read my own cards because a certain card became an MVP against this duel, because it's my own fault. Because with Time Lords and how they work is the fact that they cannot be destroyed by battle or affected by cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. The keyword is destroyed. But that doesn't mean I can't banish it, and that's not destroying. So that is where Abyss Ragnarok comes into play later on in the duel. Regular Pendulum DDD 8-star. And that's my own fault for not reading my own card and just understanding, like, damn, like, I found a way around the deck. It was like, felt like years too late, you know? Only so much I can do. And it's around this point, it's just like, you know what, there's the point of putting up cards there. I'll just let my health go down every time around the main standby phase, take 1,000 damage for each time there. I decided to play it out so he couldn't get rid of my card, so I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna let him do his thing, take away half my life points. I was on the ropes, and it was at that this very moment here I realized, like, wait, and this is in terms of reading the cards, I had to read the Time Lord card, and then I really thought about it, like, wait, at this moment I can go for the card, aforementioned card I mentioned earlier, Abyss Ragnarok. So just do a little fusion summon, get some extra cards on the field, do their thing, use him to get him out. DD Lamia, use her effect, use her as fodder, banish, boom. Finally got rid of my arch nemesis. Was never a great fan of that playstyle of that deck, man. It's a really troublesome card if you don't know how to get around it, but it's a really good feeling once you know how to get around it, though, no doubt. Now on to our final duel of the video. All right, and I might as well just title the video "Read your cards, kids." Just read your cards, because at this point it's just like towards the end of the this duel, I had like a moment. It's just like, oh god, this card does this as well. And at the beginning of this duel, I'm thinking like, man, I can't do my plays. This guy ashed me. What am I gonna do? This is against the other Blue Eyes deck I went against. Yeah, he just double ashed me and everything. I was like, what else can I do? You know? I'm thinking like, man, my goose is cooked. Nothing much I could do. Only so many plays I could make. Take my 1,000. Oh look, you ashed me again. It's like, what am I gonna do? So I'm just sitting there making some plays, trying to work around it, you know. And I felt like this Fusion Festival event really brought out my thinking in terms of how I use my DDs now, because like I had to use cards in a certain way that I never thought of using them before. So I think these festivals that come out, we already had our Xyz festival, we had our Synchro, and now we have our Fusion. I didn't get to play in the Synchro because I was playing a lot of other different things, but you know, it is what it is. But now I think the Fusion Festival was a really good thing to get around for me. Try to use Ragnarok to its extent. Try to get as much damage on the board as possible. Nothing I could do. And with the card that's there now, the DDD Chaos King Apocalypse, honestly, I did not know, because I've always used his effect for when he's in the pendulum scale, and I always thought it worked the same way when he's in the grave as well, because this is a case of not reading your cards, where you could banish 2 monsters out of your grave and to special summon it onto the field. But in the grave, it's actually a different case that I could get rid of 2 spells and traps in place. Yeah, DDD, what is it, contract, where is it at? Jesus Christ, I'm blind. So yeah, spell and trap cards I control. Not just DDD, just face up spells and traps I control to special summon it from the grave. Since he used Lightning Storm to destroy all attack position monsters, and at that point he thought just like, alright, I'm gonna just let him kill himself and everything at that point, because those cards every standby phase do 1,000 damage to me and I'm at 600. But once I found that out, I got rid of those 2 specials, as you'll see. Special summon him in defense. Lightning Storm kills the attack position monsters. He just called it quits, because I think at that point he thought about killing me through that way and just having my own cards kill me, but instead I don't think he had another play there to go off of, so he was just kind of screwed, so he just surrendered at that point. I mean, hey, I guess there's nothing you can do, man. It's another case of read your cards, kids. Much respect to all these players. On to the deck list. Ooh, the moment of truth. I will repeat, like I said at the beginning of the video. This is nowhere near optimal at all. I'm kind of just going off my knowledge of DDs and just trying to work my own magic and put my own spin on it for what it is. It's pretty much pure in the case. Obviously you have your Ash Blossoms, got your 2 Ash Blossoms, you got your 3 kaijus, more of a disruption type thing to get rid of troublesome monsters because they can be avoided because it's about tribute summoning. But yeah, let's just go through the list. We got 3 DD Savant Keplers, good starter to get your Dark Conscience if you don't have one in your hand. We got 3 Necro Slimes, free fusion summoning out of the grave. DD Lamia. Now, I know it's a tuner and everything, and obviously you can't do tuners because you can't synchro. It's a fusion festival, but I look at it as this. And the same thing goes with DD Ghost as well when we get to that card. I use them as fodder for cards like Allure of Darkness to pay the cost so I don't lose all my cards in my hand. Use them as fodder for DDD Oblivion King Abyss Ragnarok so I could get his banish off, and I could do that multiple times in a turn. So it's just like they're there for just fodder, just simple fodder to pay cost for cards to do things so I don't have to use my bigger cards as cost and everything so I can still have power on the field. 3 Swirl Slimes, I think that's pretty much a no-brainer at this point. This card's really good. Free fusion summon out of your hand. DDD Ghost, like I said, it's fodder in its own way. More so for you can use it for Allure of Darkness, and if you have some cards that are banished, and if this card gets banished, you can return another banished card that is there back into the grave, so you can use it again. So such as like with Necroslime, he banished himself and another card out of the grave. If you get Ghost out there, banish your Ghost to bring back see the slime or the other card depending on the said situation. We got Savant Copernicus. He's good to basically send slime to the grave depending on the situation. Swirl Slime and to the grave so you can get a free special summon of your King Abyss if you have him in your hand, or any other cards as well. Yeah, that's pretty much what he's used for. And also, obviously, when you get the fusion summon, you get to use him as material, so you're not left on there with a attack monster of 0 attack. And that's free damage. You might as well just have nothing on there. You know what I'm saying? All right, on to the next one. Apocalypse, only run 1. It's not really needed. I used him for specific situations, like you saw in that last duel that helped me out, and that everything. He's more of like a fusion summon fodder, or if I have to, put him in a scale and just try to get him out there and stuff like that. Ragnarok, part of me felt like I wanted to run 3. I've only run 2, only because me being a free-to-play player for the most part, it's just quite difficult to get certain cards and everything. I'm trying to use my crafting points sparingly. So right now the deck's pretty good at 2. Savant Thomas, I was looking up through some things. I mean, it's cool. I mean, if I need to get one of my Pendulum DDs out of my extra deck, I mean, it's there. Other than that, I use it for just fodder. I mean, it's rarely ever came up, to be honest with you. DDD Divine Zero. He's cool, throws people off. And my long-winded duel with the Dark Vision, unfortunately y'all didn't see it. That was a 10-turn duel, even when sped up. I felt that was really too long of a duel to show off. One of those cases of read your cards because they think like, oh, it's a 0-0, like I could attack over it. You take no battle damage, dog. So, and with that, he's just there, good defense, even being in an attack position. And that's all for the DDDs. For, I guess, the staples for this deck, 2 Ashes, 3 Kaijus. Like I said, free-to-play player, and I would use the other Kaiju that only has to run 300 attack, because obviously that's the better one, because it's less attack, you can attack over it. But, sometimes if you happen to have 2 of this specific Kaiju in your hand, tribute summon it to get rid of Phoenix Enforcer, like at one duel, and then also like to and then obviously you special summon the other one because there's a Kaiju on your opponent's side of the field. You just tack into it, and basically you just alleviated a problem while you're also making your other DDD plays. And that's pretty much all for the monsters. You got 1 Monster Reborn. We all know what that does. Classic. You know what I'm saying? 1 Foolish Burial, 2 Allure of Darkness, 1 for 1 to get into certain plays to get your Kepler out if you need to. Dark Ruler no more. We all know what he does. It negates stuff and everything. All offensive monsters, they take no battle damage, but it's a good to negate to stop plays. 3 gates to search some cards off, and then we got 3 contracts with the swamp for your fusion summoning, and then we got 2 infinite impermanents. And on to the extra deck. Honestly, I just packed every possible fusion DDD monster into the extra deck. The ones that I had out, like I said, I wasn't gonna craft certain ones. I only crafted one though, because only crafted Wave Oblivion King Caesar Ragnarok, just because like, hey, it's a fusion. Hey, I'll craft it just for the fusion event, you know, see how he goes. Clearly you saw him work wonders. We got 2 Flame King Genghis, 2 Oracles King Diarch. We got Dragonbane King. I have not got to use his other effect, only because it's like he more times than anything people are going to kill him off before you can get to it, so you can destroy all spells and traps on the field to alleviate the back throw and or field spells. So you have one less thing to worry about, but he's usually just there for power if I need it, because most of these cards have only got 2,800 besides him and the other 2. High King Genghis, dope card, extra special summons, the same with regular Flame Genghis, but he goes off of just any normal or special summon to get any card out of your grave. Really good extender if he's out, and also you could get him out too, and then as you're continuing on to doing your extra plays, he can help by negating a spell or trap in the back if they decide to try and do something. He's like, boom, nah bro, that ain't gonna happen, not today, no siree, silly rabbit. All right, on to the MVP. He turned out a lot better than I anticipated. I just made him because, like, all right, it's another fusion card, you know, I'll see where it goes. I'll read him as I go along, and he worked out in a lot of clutch situations, you know, get that extra damage out there to finish some duels. He's, like I said, another card that's there just to be there because it's a fusion. I haven't made use of him yet. As of right now, currently right now I'm currently on an 8-game win streak with this deck. Nowhere near optimal, of course, especially in terms of this event. Two of those duels, somebody lost connection, so technically I'm on a 6-game win streak. So that one lost connection, the other person just surrendered on my turn after I just only like fusion summon Flame High King Genghis. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, that's weird, you know, middle of the night, 1, 2 in the morning. What are you gonna do, right? Everything's random like that. But yeah, that's the deck list. Like I said before, and I'll say it again even for the umpteenth time, this is nowhere near optimal. If you have any suggestions to make it more optimal or even better or more flow, to have basically get rid of some pesky decks, I'm pretty sure there are some decks out there that are quite bothersome. So yeah, we gonna figure this thing out. You know, I'm having a good time with this event. It's actually helped me understand my DDs more and also started to read my damn cards. Dumb. But you know, hey, you know, you live and learn, trial and error, and you figure things out. You learn more about your deck. You know, I'm really a DDD fan. I like to play other decks as well. But yeah, but it's a wrap for the video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. If you like to even copy the deck down yourself, give it a whirl, go right ahead. I mean, don't expect to win every time. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna run into some people that's just gonna spank my butt, you know, because you got the pros out there, the other the Yugi tubers out there, they're gonna be doing their thing. So of course this deck's not gonna be 100% foolproof, but as of right now it's working pretty well in my favor, so I really cannot complain. Make sure you like, favorite, subscribe for more multi-content videos, and hope to see you on the next one.